Speaker Among, save Uganda's image, resigned to avoid facing impeachment June 5, 2024. Written by Editorial. Embattled Speaker Anita Among. Embattled Speaker Anita Among. The recent sanctions imposed on the Speaker of Uganda's parliament, Anita Among, by the United States and United Kingdom governments are a grave indictment on the integrity of Uganda's legislative body. As the third most powerful figure in the Ugandan state hierarchy, Speaker Among's alleged corruption and accumulation of ill-gotten wealth raise serious concerns about the credibility and moral standing of the Ugandan parliament. The allegations that Among has stolen from the poor to fund her lavish lifestyle, and that she owns properties acquired through corrupt means, are deeply troubling. The fact that she and her spouse have been barred from traveling to the USA and UK, and that her financial transactions have been disrupted, casts a dark shadow over the entire Ugandan parliament. A leader whose movements and financial activities are restricted by sanctions from major democratic countries cannot be permitted to continue steering the legislative agenda of the nation. One of Anita Among's vehicles. Uganda prides itself as a democracy, yet the presence of such a tainted figure at the helm of its parliament undermines the country's democratic credentials in the eyes of the civilized world. The international community has rightfully expressed its displeasure with Speaker Among's conduct, and Uganda must now take decisive action to address this crisis. The government of Uganda cannot continue clinging to Speaker Among in the face of these damning sanctions. Her continued leadership will only further erode public trust in the parliament and tarnish Uganda's reputation. She must either resign immediately or face impeachment proceedings. Failure to do so will call into question the credibility of the entire Ugandan legislative branch. Uganda must act swiftly to remove Speaker Among and install new leadership that will restore the integrity and dignity of the parliament. The country's image and democratic standing are at stake. The Ugandans deserve lawmakers of the highest moral caliber, not those mired in corruption and abuse of power. It is time for Uganda to clean house and reclaim the trust of its citizens and the international community. We cannot turn a blind eye to such blatant abuse of power and privilege. It is imperative that we take a stand against corruption, holding our leaders accountable for their actions and demanding transparency and integrity in governance. Let us commit ourselves to the fight against corruption, to upholding the values of honesty, transparency, and accountability in our leadership. Only by holding ourselves to the highest moral standards can we build a society that truly serves the interests of all its citizens. Related stories. The 29th of May 2024 How Corruption Became a billion-dollar industry. The 30th of May 2024 Namuganza demands probe into missing SH's 90 meters. Namutumba journalists funds 2024-05-30 a sanctions Speaker Among. Hubby Magago over corruption. The 1st of June 2024 Uganda to engage US on Anita Among sanctions. Minister Oriam. The 5th of June 2024 Can Ugandan football afford to be led by a sanctioned president? The 5th of June 2024 Among sanctions. Parliament faces global isolation. The 5th of June 2024 MPs to journalists. Stop blackmailing as comments. Number 1 Lakwena. The 5th of June 2024 8:48. As above, including most of the MPs worshipping Range Rovers, Among is not only a self-worshipper but also idol, material worshipper. Unfortunately, this is the same person who wants to run to Pope Francis to save her soul. In other words, she is so nasty, arrogant and full of herself that she even looks down on her own conscience, the local parish priest and/or bishops we have in this country.